Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Cybersecurity Awareness Month, which takes place every October now in its 19th year, is a collaboration between government and private industry to raise awareness about digital security and empower everyone to protect their personal data from digital forms of crime. Brian Comiskey, Director of Thematic Programs at the Consumer Technology Association, called CTA, which is also the producer of CES, joins me to discuss the market forces shaping the cybersecurity landscape and key innovations to watch for the future. Brian, it's great to see you. As always, welcome back to Trade Talks.
It's great to be here, Jill. Happy to be back.
You got it. And what is CTA and how is it involved in the thematic index space?
It's a great question. So as North America's largest technology trade association, CTA is the tech sector. Our members are the world's leading innovators, from startups to global brands, helping support more than 18 million American jobs. As you mentioned, we're the owners and producers of CES, the most influential tech event in the world. So CES will be returning to Las Vegas January 5th through 8th in 2023. As for the thematic sector, CTA has developed thematic indices in partnership with Nasdaq since 2010, covering a variety of technology sectors. So it is our role as a nonprofit technology trade association that really gives us a unique perspective to long-term innovation trends, which ultimately stands at the core foundation of all Nasdaq CTA index products. And on our end, we rely on our team of industry experts for human-driven analysis and the development and maintenance of our portfolio, which has now reached 14 indexes covering a variety of sectors, including digital health, robotics, cloud, and of course, cybersecurity.
What does the cybersecurity ecosystem look like today?
Yeah, so the push to a permanent hybrid workforce by enterprises and the increasingly online posture of most consumers means this is one of the more critical moments in cybersecurity. The heightened digital presence has led to increased cybersecurity vulnerabilities and a widening gap for critical patches. So really, when you think about it, the ecosystem has naturally evolved to create new challenges, but also solutions to meet them. So in terms of the threat landscape, we've seen evolution across diversity in type, scale, and velocity of attacks. Consumers, in terms of type, often only think of malware attacks, but you now see attacks like cryptojacking threats, ransomware, and encrypted threats. In terms of scale, there was 1,862 data breaches reported last year, but that's just breaches. Zscaler, a leading cybersecurity platform, found 20.1 billion threats inside their own cloud in a 9-month span. And then finally, from a velocity perspective, a cybersecurity attacks occurring every 39 seconds per the University of Maryland. So in response, innovation in cybersecurity has led to significant growth and diversity in products and services to form a complex tapestry, really, of protection, from identity solutions like Ping Identity that verify that your remote worker is logging in to your job and it's actually them, to asset visibility tools like Qualys, which catalogs your vulnerable devices, and even cybersecurity consulting companies like Telos or SAIC that provide expertise in cyber responses.
What are the market forces shaping or will shape the cybersecurity landscape?
Yeah, of course. So when we think about it, really from the idea of what are the main threat areas, ransomware, distributed denial of service, and data privacy are 3 key areas that we're really watching. Ransomware in particular, where we've seen attacks jump 105% in 2022, and companies are even now paying out 300% higher ransoms as a result of these attacks. The other area that comes to mind is protecting critical infrastructure. We did see the Cyber Incident Reporting for Critical Infrastructure Act pass under the Biden administration, which creates reporting obligations by industries when they've suffered a cyber incident to report within 72 hours, or if they make a payout to a ransomware, they have to report that in 24 hours. That's something the CTA has actually had a strong role in trying to support as an industry leader and tech association. All of that shapes up to a really important backdrop for really what's going on geopolitically, right? We know that 71% of attacks are financially motivated, but 25% per Verizon could be the result of state-sponsored action. And when you think about what's going on in Ukraine, before boots on the ground invasion by Russia, you saw them attacking through the cybersecurity theater, right? So it's no longer just land, sea, and air. We have to consider cybersecurity really as that 4th theater of conflict. So as a result of that, you've really seen an increase in investment when you have financial motivations and state-sponsored action. Private sector and public sector are investing heavily in cybersecurity right now. Per Gartner, $172 billion in worldwide spending is going to occur from the private sector for cybersecurity this year. On the public side, we're looking at possibly about $10.9 billion in civilian cyber spend by the US alone. The European Union naturally is going to be spending more in response to the geopolitical developments over there, and they've allocated about 1.6 billion in cybersecurity spend. Historically, the US has been the leader in cyber spend, but now you're really starting to see other countries across the world catch up in this moment, including leaders like France and Germany out of Europe.
And finally, Brian, what are the key areas of innovation to watch in the cybersecurity space for the future?
Of course, there's really three areas that we'd want to focus on. When you think about cybersecurity is a must-have digital utility technology right now, so is artificial intelligence. Really, when you have about 600,000 cybersecurity workforce gap right now, you're going to need automated solutions to make up that gap. So companies like SentinelOne and Darktrace are really going to provide automated solutions, among others, to meet that gap. And not surprisingly, we're going to see cybersecurity related AI spend increase to about a $46 billion market value by 2027. Secondly, zero trust solutions. No longer will companies just assume when you're logging in that you have the right certain data. This sort of architecture operates on a need to know basis, and to ensure that vulnerabilities are plugged up by companies. So 82% of firms say they're committed to migrating to a zero trust security architecture per Cloudflare, which is a leading company in that space. Finally, quantum computing. In a decade or so, quantum-enabled computings are going to be able to crack modern public key encryption. So cybersecurity companies are going to really start focusing on solutions that create quantum resiliency to ensure that as computing levels up, so does cybersecurity in response to it.
All right, Brian, we appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you so much.